Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday. All right, question for you. How many of you earn hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars or, God forbid, tens of millions of dollars per year? My guess is there might be a couple of people in the hundreds of thousands range who watch this channel. I'm doubting there's anybody that's in the millions or tens of millions. What's amazing to me, and we've seen a lot of this the last couple of days, is how the people that actually do this are screaming poverty. Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. A lot of talk in the last couple of days, because Trump's ramping this up again, about abolishing the income tax. Okay. That, we can pay all our debt, if you will. We can keep the country running based on tariffs. We can, and I'll get to that. But what's dumbfounding to me is seeing the same group of people who are so far left, if they come around the rest of the circle, they'd actually be right, okay, who make so much money they are whining that they're poor. Outside of politics, I don't know if anybody caught this, Odell Beckham Jr., okay, wide receiver, started with the Giants, famous for that one-handed catch, yada-da-da-da. Made $100 million in 5 years. And is out whining that that's probably not enough for him to live through his life. You don't know how fast it goes. I have to pay taxes. Okay, let's say you pay 50% in taxes and your net take home is $50 million per year. You want to talk about what the average income is for an American citizen? High school graduate, over the course of their entire working career, $1.6 million. Somebody with a bachelor's degree, $2.4 million. That's over 40 plus years. You're going to make 25 times that in 5 years. And oh my God, I'm not going to have enough money. What am I going to do? These are the same people, remember, that are screaming, tax the rich, tax the rich. How about everybody's favorite clown, Jasmine Crockett, right? Jasmine Crockett's, they gerrymandered my district out of existence. I think I'm going to run for John Cornyn's Senate seat. Honey, you got a better chance of getting a seat in the electric chair than in the Senate, okay? Yeah. Jasmine Crockett, on her $174,000 a year salary, was slapped with a lien on her condo in Dallas yesterday, or sometime this week, I guess. It was announced yesterday. Because she's like $3,000 behind in her association dues and refuses to pay it. Pleading poverty. I don't have that money. You make $174,000 a year. I've never made close to $174,000 a year. Guess what? My bills are paid. Guess what? I don't have any debt. Okay? Surprising. It's amazing how that works. Let's go off to New York State. Okay? New York State Senator Leah Webb, another bleeding liberal, right? Just got hit with foreclosure notices on her house because she's not making the payments. I guess you can't, live under the laws that you've been part and parcel to write. Funny how that all works. The same people who are telling all of us to suck it up, who make a hell of a lot less than they do, aren't paying their bills make a hell of a lot more money than the rest of us do, and they're screaming poverty. I'm sorry. I saw some of this crap yesterday. There was one moron online yesterday that was saying that the poverty line in Oklahoma is $300,000. How do you expect for him to pay for daycare for his kid, own a couple of cars, and pay for his house on less than $300,000? Like, maybe don't buy the $100,000 cars. Maybe sell your multi-million-dollar house and move into something that is, I don't know, affordable. If you make the $300,000, then okay, it's affordable for you. But if you don't, gee, I'm sorry, I don't have any sympathy for you. I have sympathy for the people that are making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 that are struggling, yes. But do not tell me that when you're making 6, 7, or 8 figures a year that you're poor. AOC's famous for her tax the rich dress, right? But notice how all of them are like, that's for you guys. Everybody else is rich. I'm not. I've got a $20,000 or $20 million net worth, right, AOC? After 6 years after saying, I can't afford anything in Washington, I have to live in my office, and now you're worth $20 million. I'd love to know what Nancy Pelosi's school of investing, I guess, there, because that's a hell of a return to turn 174 times 6. What's that, about $1 million into over 20 million in 6 years? Nice returns. And I guess you didn't spend any of your money. But of course not. That would be where the lobbyists come in and buy all your food for you and slide money under the table. I don't know. How much money of that came from Ukraine? Just asking. Trump's talking about the tariffs paying off or ending income tax, okay, which is a good thing. The funny part is because he's talking about that, again, the liberal clowns have to come up with a different idea. So they are out there saying we need to have a national sales tax, not tariffs. That would be better. That's got to be the dumbest idea I've ever heard. And believe me, the left comes up with a lot of dumb ones. Let's think about this for a second. Roughly 50% of the people in this country don't pay any income tax, okay? Yeah, it's taken out of their paycheck, and they get it all refunded to them at the end of the year. Their tax basis at the end of the year is 0, okay? It's pretty much roughly any household that makes under about $55,000 a year pays 0 in tax. There could be people that are higher depending on deductions or something, but that's about the basis. Okay. So you make $55,000 a year. That's $4,700 a month. Okay. Won't say in this economy it's great money, but all right, it's tight, but you're not living in a cardboard box unless you're stupid enough to live in California. They don't pay any income tax. But now all of a sudden those people that are bringing home $4,700 a month, we should have a national sales tax. They're floating a number around about 23%. Let's make the number 25 just to make the math easy. Okay, we want to take a $4,700 income, and those people are living paycheck to paycheck, so they're spending everything. $1,200 of that would go to taxes. That's the number, guys. Okay? Yeah. A national sales tax is a tax on the poor. Wait a minute. Didn't she wear a dress that said tax the rich? No. That's great for publicity. Look at me in my white dress with red print on it. It says tax the rich. My policy ideas are to screw everybody, the middle class, the poor, and make everybody poor. I'm going to say this again. I've been saying it for 5 years. They want a feudalistic society. They want the people who are multimillionaires on the top and the rest of us be paupers. That is the plan. Do not think otherwise. Period. Okay? Unless you have the ability to become up on the top, you're going to be a pauper. That's what they want. So Trump's plan, how could it actually work? Everybody bitches over and over and over again. All the companies do is add the tariffs to the price of the goods, and it just causes everything to go up. Okay, I agree. That is going on, no question. You know how that stops? When the companies go to the Chinese or the Indian manufacturers or wherever the stuff's coming, say, oh, it's $1 million worth of goods, and you have 100% tariff? Good. You give it to us, we'll give the government the $1 million tariffs. That's it, flat, right? 100% tariff. That's it. Any profits, then you can have it. But no, we're not paying the tariff for you. Well, we're not doing that. Okay, then turn your ship around and take it back to Shanghai. But we need to sell in the American market. Good, then you are paying the tariffs. When we get to the point that I know this is a pipe dream. When we get to the point that corporate America rejects the stuff coming from overseas and says, if you want to sell here, you are paying the tariffs, we are not, and we are not passing them on to our customers, that's when they will work. Because the foreign companies now have the option. We can either completely write off the American market, which will basically bankrupt most companies because we're the biggest consumers in the world, okay? Or they can pay the bill. It's as simple as that. They'll never do it because there's too many side deals, under the table crap, and all this sort of stuff going on. It's possible. We just need corporate America to have a freaking backbone. Ultimately, what that would do is bring a lot of the manufacturing back to the United States. We'd start producing stuff again. Because if we can't get the widgets from China because the Chinese won't pay the tariffs, but we need the widgets, we'll start making them. Then, of course, there's no tariff money. And then, of course, this all turns back and we need to go back to some other form of paying it off. So don't think it's a panacea here. This isn't a permanent thing. As much as everybody wants it to be, it ain't, okay? It's a step in the right direction. Ultimately, they can talk about getting rid of the getting rid of the income tax, the fallacy that a sales tax is good. No, tariffs are a short-term bandage, that's good. Ultimately, it all comes down to one thing. They need to stop spending money. Hey, AOC. Hey, Jasmine Crockett. Hey, Leo Webb. Stop pissing money away and pay your bills. It's what you expect us to do, right? And stop trying to pay the country's bills with our money. Obviously, we can see you run the country like you run your household because you think somebody else is going to foot the bill for you. That ain't how this works. The American people need to stand up and say, hell flippin' no. We don't need any fake eyelash ghetto queens like Jasmine Crockett running our country. We don't need any bartenders making the decision for how the economy is going to be run. We need intelligent people with business acumen if they're going to be running money. That's it. I'm sorry, but pulling money out of a tip jar at the end of the night is not running an economy. Have a good one. Pinball out.